Nan Miller is with us tonight from Dallas. She's part of Dallas United crew. She is the middle school coach. Nan, middle schoolers, I don't know, I think back to 7th grade, they can be kind of tough. But you're doing something I think they love. Why is this a passion project for you?
Oh, lots of reasons. You know, it spans 6th, 7th, and 8th grades. So these are kids who are at the most awkward stage of their entire life. And we just give them something different to focus on. It's outward, it's not inward so much, and it's a real team building sport, and you don't have a lot of time to think about yourself and when you're working out and on the water, and it's really great for body image, and it's kind of a zen-like sport. There's just a lot of positives for it, generally speaking.
You are right when you say you can't really focus on much, because I know at the gym when they say, okay, we're going to row 2,000 meters, well, I basically start bawling. So these kids are braver than a lot of us adults. Dallas United crew, on its face, it's about rowing, of course. But your organization has a bigger mission, right?
We do. Yes, we do. We are kind of in trend with everything else that's going on in the country right now. We really have a focus towards diversity and inclusion. And, you know, rowing traditionally has been a very elite sport. It has been very limiting in its exposure to, you know, people that aren't up on the East Coast or the Northwest and going to elite schools. And so we feel like there are so many benefits to the sport overall that could be advantageous to athletes across a lot of different spectrums. So we're really focused. Our club, Dallas United Crew, is really focused on diversion and inclusion, and our national governing body, U.S. Rowing, also has a mission to increase the diversity and inclusion overall for the whole country.
Well, and that's especially so for girls, right? I was reading some of your materials, and I didn't realize if you want to get scholarships, if you want to get recruited, this is a great sport for girls.
Absolutely. So we are actually celebrating the 50th anniversary of Title IX this year. And, you know, Title IX just opened up so much more opportunity for women in sports across all sports. And that has certainly been the same case in rowing. As a matter of fact, there are, at the university level, there are so many colleges that have football teams and rowing teams. Women's rowing teams are the same size as the football team because they've got to make that opportunity equal across the board.
The final thing I'd ask you is, any one instance that pops to mind that you think, my gosh, this makes it all worth it? Because rowing, you see those people out there at 5 a.m. sometimes. It's not an easy sport physically, and also you have to be dedicated.
We've had some really tough weather in Dallas this year. The wind, we had record-breaking winds for the whole month of April, and if there's anything that's not conducive to rowing, it's high winds. So we spent so much time on land. It was productive work because we were on the rowing machines you were referring to earlier, and, you know, we taught them the stroke and you know, did a lot of good, positive work, but it wasn't the same as being on the water. So we finally, on Wednesday, the last day of practice, the winds calmed down just enough to where we could launch our big tandem boat. We have 18 rowers on the water at one time. And all the work that they put in for the whole season just came together at that one moment, and they were rowing together, and they all had these big smiles on their face, and it was really special. They knew that they had accomplished something big.
I can picture it in my head right now. Nan Miller with Dallas United Crew, bringing this sport that seems so inaccessible to so many into everyday life, learning STEM, getting into college. Great work. Thank you so much, Nan.
Thanks for having me.